Welcome to the Good Place Marionville podcast. It's dedicated to highlighting the good right here in Marionville.
I am Martha Brangenberg.
And I'm Abby Carlton.
All right, Abby. So I was on the road for work and for a little bit of vacation since our very last episode that we did together. So again, welcome to being a co-host. I love
I'm
having you
excited.
here. Okay, a lot happened in town while I was out of town. So what do you want to talk about first?
That hailstorm. I I was at work while it happened and it was crazy. Like it was just like pelting the roof and I was like, "What is that?" And then we looked outside and it was like golf ball sized hail. And we had a whole bunch of people in the drive-through. They didn't want to be helped. They just wanted protection
They
and
went
cover.
under the overhang.
Yeah.
Oh my word. So did you have any damage?
I did not.
Okay.
My parents' cars did, but
Oh
I got a
man.
little lucky.
Wow. So sympathies go out to everybody that is dealing with all of the repercussions of the hailstorm. We saw tons of pictures on Facebook. People were sharing them, and we had a lot of people that we know that lost windshields and
Mm.
things like that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy right now. And we were kind of joking as like, there's going to be a shortage of red tape, people that, put it on their brake lights to
Yeah.
so that they still have legal lights and things like that. But man, sympathies to everybody dealing with all of the hard things that you just don't expect.
Yeah.
We have several commercial roofs for our buildings, and so they're under inspection right now to see what kind of damage we have. And so we're right there with everybody. Like, man, uh, I think it will be one of those things where you'll always be like, where were you during the
Yeah.
hailstorm?
Yeah. What were you doing?
Can
Yeah.
you remember when the rocket took off to the moon? Well,
Mhm.
you can remember when the hailstorm hit
Yeah. Yeah.
Marionville.
And I know some places it was like golf ball, and then other places it was like softball, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. My
Yeah.
goodness. So, if you see somebody that needs extra help with anything, I think it's a good time to do that. I haven't seen a lot of like debris kind of damage. I know a lot of
Mhm.
it, I think, is structures and then cars, of
Yes.
course,
Lots of
because
cars.
a lot of our cars sit outside and they're
Mhm.
just super vulnerable.
Yeah. And it decided to happen right in the middle of the day.
It did. Oh my goodness. So, all right. Well, that was big news. And it wasn't necessarily good news, but the good news is that, it was hail and not a
Yeah.
tornado. And as far as I know, nobody was injured. I know that I have heard of some people that got hit in the head with hail when they were trying to run out of the
Yes.
way, and they probably had a headache after that. But
Probably.
hopefully that was the worst of it. So, what
Yeah.
else was happening around town?
The food pantry, it got filled.
That's
And
awesome.
people are taking and giving, and it's going really great.
Yes. So again, that encouragement to everybody to check it and to add things to
Hmm.
it to be, I always think when we go into with the kids out of school
Yeah.
too, it's even that much more critical because you have kids that are not getting the meals that they may have gotten while they were at school, so
Hmm.
they might be looking for extra snacks.
Yep.
Thinking that way, what kind of things as a kid would you have wanted to get if somebody was giving you some snacks?
Oh, I don't know. Mac and cheese. I loved mac and cheese as
Okay.
a kid, and it's
Okay.
it's good, non-perishable.
That is. And,
Um,
things like applesauce
yeah,
pouches
loved
and cups
applesauce. Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And I've even seen lately like the little peanut butter that are like
Yeah, the little
individuals,
cups. Yeah.
because then a kid could be like, oh, I've got my peanut butter and put it on whatever it is you want
Yeah.
to put it on.
If
So
there's crackers in there, yeah.
we have some company here right now from New Zealand, and they put peanut butter on a lot of things I would never put peanut butter on.
Well,
It's been kind of fun. And I don't think it's a New Zealand thing. It's just the individual,
those
but it's
people.
kind of fun. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, here's a challenge. Put peanut butter on everything.
Yeah. I
So,
guess so.
oh, of course, there was big things happening this Sunday. Tell us,
Yes.
talk about that.
Graduation happened. Congratulations to the class of 26.
Can you believe it's been a year since
I
you graduated?
know, it's crazy. That was the craziest part. I was like, I feel like I just did this the other day.
And your graduation was inside, right?
Yes, and I liked it better inside.
Oh, you did?
It was
Was it hot?
hot. Yes, those bleachers are hot.
It's great because since we'd been out of town, we were mowing and doing all that stuff. And I always love it when there's stuff happening at the football stadium because we can hear it and
Yeah,
you hear the
yeah,
cheers and you
yep,
hear people getting excited.
yep.
So what was the one of the highlights from graduation on Sunday?
It was pretty funny to see everybody's hats flying off from the wind. Their caps were flying everywhere.
They
And
didn't just go straight like in the gym, right?
no, they were flying. They were flying off heads, everything.
Oh, what a big day. And
Yeah,
congratulations to all of the graduates for all of the accomplishments. I was watching Tyler's podcast
yeah,
and how he
yeah,
was asking seniors, like, tell everybody what you need to do to graduate and what do keep on track and all
yeah.
that good stuff. And there really is a huge sense of accomplishment when you do graduate.
Yes, for
And
sure.
I know it's very exciting. And then there's of course all the what's next,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah. That's the worst part.
don't
Is
freak out,
there's so many
everybody. Call
expectations.
Abby if you need
Yeah, I guess
messenger
so.
somewhere and saying
Yeah,
you can encourage him through it, right?
yeah, and just remember that your parents are always right.
That's right. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I'll put the meme in the show notes so that everybody can know and you can play it. So,
Yeah.
oh, that's great. Okay, so with that, there was some hard news that came
Yes.
this week as well
Very
as it
hard
related
news.
to graduation. So let's talk about that for a minute.
One of the 2026 graduates, Disli Vasquez, passed away on Monday night.
Yeah.
And it was very tough for their class, tough for everybody to hear. So prayers out to their family. And at the Bank of Billings, there is a memorial account that you can support that family as much as you can, or
Mm,
send your best regards if you're unable. But there
right.
is a Bank of Billings. At the Bank of Billings, there is a memorial account set up in honor of Disli.
That's such an important part that our community can take part in. I
Yes.
know I've seen a lot of people trying to share condolences and just be in shock about losing a graduate so quickly after graduation. And if you want to help support that family, go to the Bank of Billings and do what you can. I know this is a community that even if you're not directly connected to that person, you want to help.
Hmm.
And this is a tangible way to do that, helping in a time when they would have never expected this need. So, and like, prayers for the family and all the graduates and
Yep.
classmates. I mean, I know you went to school with her.
Yep.
A lot of people, a lot of students affected by losing a young person because we don't expect that. We just kind of
Never.
when you're just graduating high school, you think you have the whole world ahead
Yep.
of you.
Yep.
Whether that's daunting or exciting, it's
Hmm.
still the truth. And so,
Yes.
thank you to the Bank of Billings getting that set up and being that conduit for the community. And I just encourage everyone to consider what you could do to help out this family right now. Speaking of Bank of Billings, there was actually an event this last week
Yes.
or
There was.
this week as
Yeah.
well. Tell us
There was
about
two
that.
events. There was one event on Monday night and one on Tuesday afternoon at Grounded Coffee and Elevate Coffee. We're trying to get the awareness out about fraud because it's affecting people more than ever right now, and we just want to get the word out about how we can help you stay away from fraud and what we can do to make sure that you're not the victim of fraud.
Mm. Yeah, we can be pretty vulnerable,
Yes.
whether it's clicking on a button that looks pretty on the
Hmm.
internet or sharing information with somebody that you shouldn't be giving them that information.
Yeah.
I think there's so many people that it's like I always think, Abby, I don't know how you are, but I'm like, how did they even think to do that?
Yeah.
Like, why would you even consider
Yeah.
this?
I
I don't
don't
know,
get it.
whatever
It's
scam
crazy.
that they've created.
Yeah.
So it's really good to make the
Hmm.
community aware of things that we may not be aware of and we may become victims of, which would be terrible.
Yes, and along with those events, we are doing Fraud Friday every Friday now. So the first Friday was pig butchering, which is a type of fraud, which I just learned about it too. This week is charity, and next week will be um, romance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have to come to the bank to find out what that means
It'll
or
it'll be
what?
on Facebook
Okay.
too, but we are handing out flyers to make people aware of the fraud and things.
So you weren't teaching people how to butcher a pig.
No, that's not what it was.
It's the
Which
name of a scam or
yes, it is. A
okay.
lot of people looked at it and were like, they're frauding people and scamming people on pig butchering now. We're like, no, it's just the term.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's great. And thank you, Bank of Billings, for stepping up and doing that because I am sure that having to deal with stuff after the fact is so much worse
Yes.
than trying to get prepared and know about things
And
ahead of
it's
time.
sad to see like
Hmm.
people coming in and they've been taken advantage of. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So, everybody participate in those, watch for those to learn more. You're not learning how to do it, you're learning how to protect yourself
Yes.
from it.
Don't learn how
Don't
to
learn
do
how
it.
to do it. All right. So, what else can you think of that's happening right now this week that we want to talk about?
School is ending for
Yes.
summer, and I bet everybody's super excited.
Yes.
Besides the parents,
Well, the
maybe.
parents are probably having to juggle like the
Yeah,
schedule
everything.
and change and all of those kinds of things.
Yep.
But kids will be out on Friday if they're not out already. So,
Hmm.
right, the seniors are the only ones that are out so far.
And if you had good attendance, you didn't have to take finals. You got to get out a
Oh.
couple days early too.
Very good. So kudos to everybody that's already roaming the streets.
Yes, yes.
But for everybody else, school will be out on Friday. And
Hmm.
this is such an exciting time of year, I always think, because it's like it's change, it's different. It's
Yep.
kids playing outside more during the day because they're home,
Yeah.
if that's the case. And just fun. And then I believe they have 1 week with nothing at school, and then the kids that are going back for summer school
Yep. You get to
will
start
be
up
going back
again.
the next week,
Yeah.
and they get to go to the pool,
Yeah, they get to
one
do all the fun stuff in
they
summer
do
school.
in the midst of catching up a little or maybe
Yeah.
learning some new
Yeah,
skills and
maybe.
things like that,
Hmm.
or at least keeping them from, forgetting
Yes.
something that they might have learned during the school year. Because I know I was guilty of studying just for tests,
Hmm.
sometimes and be like, I didn't really learn that. And now
Yeah.
I wish I had learned,
Yeah, I
especially
forced
when it
myself just to know the answers.
yeah, yeah. Especially when it came to history. I was like, okay, I can
Yeah.
get through this, but I wish I would have really understood the order that things happen in
Yeah,
and things
yeah,
like that.
for
So
sure.
if any kids are out there listening, pay attention. But have fun this summer and be safe, and maybe you'll make some new friends in your neighborhood this summer. It's just a good time of
Yep,
year, and I know it's going to get hot too. So there's that.
be warm.
All right, so Peyton Grubb sent me the sports for this year. And as far as I understand, sports continue even into summer a little bit
Hmm.
because every school's on different schedules and things like that. So there's still a few things this week that you can participate in, including high school baseball Friday night against Mount Vernon at 4:30, high school softball districts at Reed Springs against Stafford at 7 o'clock on Friday. Saturday, there's track districts at Lamar, and the running events will start at 10 a.m. So, I mean, this is just, some fun stuff and good weather. Go
Yes,
go participate in some
now's the
sporting
time.
events and support those comets.
Yes.
All righty. So let's talk about a commercial. So this episode of the Good Place Marionville podcast is sponsored by the Bank of Billings. And at the Bank of Billings, banking is personal. It's a place where your banker knows your name,
Yep.
your business, and the community that you care about. Stop by and see the difference a hometown bank can make. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This episode is also sponsored by visitmarionville.com. It is a simple, powerful way to get your business in front of people who matter most, your community. Whether you're just getting started or already established, visitmarionville.com makes it easy to find your business, church, organization with a mobile-friendly, AI-friendly listing designed for today's world. So head over to visitmarionville.com and start your listing today. Visitmarionville.com, connecting community and local business.
Awesome. Today is the National Day of Prayer, and the first Thursday of every May, we are encouraged across the country to turn to God in prayer. And it's actually, I saw that it's the 75th anniversary of that. So it's
Oh,
interesting.
wow.
It's like the 250th of our country,
Uh-huh.
75 years of National Day of
Yes,
Prayer. And I'm
yes,
sure people were praying before then. It just became an official kind
day.
of thing. So there will be a prayer meeting tonight at the lodge at 6:30 around the flagpole, and that's at 112 South Central, which is right across from kitty corner from City Hall.
Yep.
And we invite everyone to come and join us for a time to pray for our nation.
And don't forget to mark your calendars for the 250th birthday celebration for our country that will take place at the City Park on June 27th, and it begins at 4 p.m. And if you'd like to be involved in planning or volunteering, you can check the city calendar for the next meeting.
You know, it's pretty crazy because I was thinking about this. We're in May, like that's next month.
Yeah,
So I have their little
literally next
flyer
month.
here. You'll see these around town. And I know that they're really still working on getting flag sponsors.
Yes.
So
Yep.
they're selling flags that will be posted around town, but then you get to be, have credit for helping to
Yep.
support the event. So I'm not sure the best place. You know what? Message us at Good Place Maryville podcast, and we will get you in touch with the right person if you want to
Sponsor a
sponsor a
flag.
flag.
I believe they're $60 to
Yes,
sponsor.
that's
And
awesome.
they want to have the town decked out for America.
Yes. And and that can be your home. It can be anywhere. I know that they were saying we want to make sure they're lit because, there's the appropriate way to have a flag out all the time
Yeah.
or take it down at dark. If you are so inclined, make it more official and, seem so formal,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is a great way to do it too. But just message us. We'll get you connected to the right person so you can get that flag sponsored.
And last week we played a little game and it was called Guess the Business. And
Yes.
the questions were
Okay. I'm going to list them here just to remind you guys. This is where you go to get a caffeine boost and a quick catch up with friends. And the answer was
Elevate,
you come here when you want something quick, classic, and filling.
Bees and Cheese,
Awesome. And chips and salsa are automatic when you sit down here.
El Maya.
All righty. Thanks everyone for playing along with that. Who were our first three responses,
The
Abby?
first three responses were Brooke Medlin, Judy Wright, and Mandy Hedrick. So
Awesome.
congrats to you guys.
Thanks for paying attention and responding.
Yeah.
I know pretty much everybody had the right answers. It was just getting there the fastest,
Yes.
and
Yes.
we like list you out here.
Mhm.
So, okay, now we're gonna play another game.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
It's rate the Marionville experience. So we'll go back and forth and tell each other things, and we're going to rate them on a scale from 1 to 10.
Okay.
And there'll be a couple for the viewers.
Okay. Awesome.
So what do you grade the Marionville football atmosphere?
Oh man, I would say 10 out of 10.
I would agree.
Yes. I mean, they're the lines for concessions,
Yes.
which are a positive thing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then just all the atmosphere, the
band,
fun,
the cheerleaders,
yes,
the football game in general.
the
You don't know what's
announcers,
going on. Yeah.
all the stuff,
Yep.
and of course the new turf and the
Oh, yeah,
sign and
for sure.
everything like that. So, very well done here in Marionville.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, Abby, Apple Fest food.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
I love the Apple Fest because I can try 3 new meals a day. I try
At a
not.
minimum.
Yeah, I try not to, but every time I've had a great experience with, and Amaya's always down here. It's
Yeah.
a classic if you want to go back for a classic, but then there's a new Italian place or a burger joint or barbecue place, and it's always fun to try those places.
Yes. And I know that this year they're talking about having a way to identify the booths if they have an Apple item on their menu. So
Oh.
people are always saying, have more Apple, have more Apple. Well,
Mhm.
last year we actually had more Apple, but people didn't necessarily know it because it might have been one item on their menu. It wasn't like
Okay.
an Apple booth.
Yeah.
And so be watching for that this year. Okay, next one.
The community events in town.
Oh, I think I would say like a 7. And I
Mhm.
think the only reason I would say that is that it's about getting more people involved. And I think that's happening this year with the picnic
Yep.
and things like that. So I think that it's improving hugely. And really improvement just for me means more people wanting to be a part
Yeah.
of community
Mhm.
events. So I think it's great and we'll keep on planning them. This
Yep.
is awesome. All right, local school spirit, Abby.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay.
Like you said, more participation would be great. It's hard to get stubborn kids to participate in everything, but they do. The school, the kids, parents, everything do a really good job about bleeding blue and being comets.
Yes.
So
I was going to say you're born bleeding blue, so if you have a good chance of having
Yeah.
that school spirit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Just a couple more and then we'll go to the viewers.
Okay, what do you rate the Christmas decorations around town?
Oh, I think that each year it seems that people are doing more and more.
Mhm.
We're really blessed because our weather's kind of mild leading up to Christmas, so it
Yep.
makes it easier to decorate outside.
Mhm.
So I would say plan ahead. Let's keep on doing that. I didn't give it a rating. Let's say an 8.
Okay,
especially because Bob Dude is back in business.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Okay.
Oh.
And what do you rate the small town support for our local businesses?
Oh, I think again, really improving. So I would
Hmm.
say the intentions are to be a 10. We're getting there, but we have a ways to go. It's always thinking, spending our dollars local
Yep.
first,
Yep.
and the more places we have to do that, the more that we can.
Hmm.
Okay, so here's a couple for the viewers to rate, and they can put their answers in the comments.
White squirrel spottings. What do you rate seeing a white squirrel out and about here and there?
And then the last one,
The citywide fireworks show every summer. What do you rate that?
and
And this year it'll be a little bit different with the 250th picnic beforehand.
yes. So excellent. So put those notes, your comments in the notes, and the first three people that score, we'll share that on our next episode.
Yep.
Abby, thanks again for sharing and joining me as a co-host. I'm so thrilled to have you on the team and really look forward to this next season of the Good Place Marionville podcast.
I love doing it. The two episodes have been so much fun. And also a big thanks to Bank of Billings and visitmarionville.com for sponsoring today's podcast. You can become a sponsor or report good news by emailing at goodplacemarionville@hotmail.com.
Share this podcast with a friend and remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when each episode releases.
Thank you for joining us for the Good Place Marionville podcast. Keep your eyes out for the good together and we can celebrate Marionville.